You're absolutely right. And by the way, I'm very happy to hear that President Xi has decided to contribute 1.5 billion renminbi towards the biodiversity challenge, And here I must say that the tragedy about China is that quite often on global challenges, China is making a lot of contributions, but China is not very good at marketing its contributions. The world doesn't know what China is doing. And I'll give you 3 or 4 concrete examples. Firstly, China is the first country in the world to speak about the concept of ecological civilization, which means that as you modernize and develop, you must take care of your environment also, right? Now, nobody has heard of ecological civilization. And this is a tragedy. Secondly, if you look in terms of why climate change is happening now, it's not just happening because of the new flows of greenhouse gas emissions from China, India, and the rest of Asia. It's also happening because of the stock of greenhouse gas emissions that the Western industrialized countries have put in there since the Western Industrial Revolution over 100, 200 years ago. Thirdly, China has done so much in terms of reforestation, right? I mean, it's reforested an area the size of Belgium or bigger in China. And again, nobody knows about it. No one knows about it. And then you make the other contributions you made, for example, I understand that when President Xi Jinping decided that there'd be no more shark's fin served in meals produced by the Chinese Communist Party, the price of shark's fin dropped and lots of sharks were saved in the world, right? And again, all these things that China has done in a concrete fashion, no one knows about. Nobody knows these facts, which is actually quite shocking and quite stunning. And certainly, I give you another big example, right? If China had decided that it would produce the same number of gasoline cars as United States, that would have been terrible for climate change. But China is now the leader in producing electric cars. And electric cars will help to save the global environment. It's not propaganda. Just state the facts. Just give the facts and let the facts speak for themselves. And that's something that China has not been very good at doing so far. And that's why there's so much negative coverage of China in the Anglo-Saxon media.
You're right. On the one hand, China is really doing very well on the KPI as you talk about climate change. The greener that China contributed in the last 20 years actually accounts about 20 to 25% of the global greenness, actually, as you said, as large as Argentina. And yet, not many people know that. And we really need to, have a better narrative for that. But also, as you said, let other people talk about rather just one channel. So exactly. And one thing I felt as well that China has always been doing great things, like President Xi mentioned about before 2030, China trying to reach a carbon peak, and before 2060, China reach carbon neutral. It's to before, not to by. So that means could be ahead of schedule a bit as well. And the other thing is President Xi also announced this year at the UN that they're going to stop the building fossil power plants outside China, which is, immediately another big commitment. Actually, in China, the 14th five-year plan already, made a target that by the 5 years' time, they conclude they'll cut the energy per GDP consumption down 18%. They'll cut the carbon down by 13%. So it's a really a lot of concrete plan, yet not properly explained.